Hello everyone and welcome to another Star Citizen video. I'm Xander, and in this video it's going to be a little different. I want to talk about Alpha 4.0. It's just around the corner and I wanted to share my thoughts on this whole build. I want to talk about, it's going to be releasing sometime by the end of the year, right? So sometime this month. If I had to guess, like, it's going to be before the holidays, so that would be, I don't know, sometime before the 20th. Unless CIG is going to be, working through the holidays, which could be a possibility just to get the patch out. But I want to just throw ISC in the background and talk to you guys. I want to talk about the biggest feature ever, which I will tell you in a sec. I want to talk about the contested zones and, what that involves with meta, getting rewards like meta components and skins. I want to talk about the economy changes, Pyro being an outlaw system and what that means with the game design, and some other little things like with the FOIP and the immersion and, the player cap going up, all that good stuff. So, let's get right into the biggest feature ever. So, the biggest feature ever. Whoever thought of this at CIG is a genius. And I don't know if this was planned because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they added this feature, like, not at the beginning of the 4.0 build, but some way or somehow throughout like a couple further patches they've added it in. So they've added in hangar spawning. Hangar spawning, guys. It's huge. And I'm being sarcastic, but I'm being serious too, but it is a game changer because it is gonna save everyone so much time just moving around and getting started. Like, I get the whole idea with the landing zones and wanting it to be a place where, like, you could do meaningful things there, but it just, every time when you woke up in your hab and, just the slog of, getting set up and taking the train, taking the shuttle all the way to the spaceport to your hangar, that, like, every time it's like 15 to 20 minutes just of your session just gone. Like, you're just, like, Star Citizen is a really time-consuming game. There's no doubt. There's nothing wrong with that, but where I think it like really ruins the experience is when things don't go right, like with the bugs and calling the elevators up and just, losing your equipment or just any random bug. And on top of that, you're adding time spent traveling. You know what I'm trying to say, guys? Like, it's just, I think somebody, here's my theory. I think somebody at like a very top level spoke to Chris and told him, hey, like, actually, I was speaking to this with my buddy, and he brought this up. He thinks that they probably, CIG had statistics of how many people are spending time, like, traveling, taking the shuttles to, the spaceport to the hangar versus, logging off or staying in game. And they've probably pulled up the data, and they're like, hey, it's probably better if we start our players, all of our players, right in their hangar, right in their persistent hangar, so they can just get up, set up, and get going, and not just waste so much time just traveling. Because, yeah, like I said, Star Citizen is a really time-consuming game, which is fine. I'm fine with games being time-consuming. I mean, this is what this game is, right? It's supposed to be immersive, and you're supposed to enjoy, like, every moment of it, right? Because it's eye candy. Like, that's what I backed the game for. But at the same time, it's a live service game, and you have bugs and stuff that are, it's like the crab in the bucket pulling you down. Like, pulling you down from enjoying the game and getting that dopamine hit. You know what I'm trying to say, guys? So anyways, like to make my opinion and my thoughts shorter, I just think the hangar spawning is huge. I think it's hilarious that they added that feature in, and I think it's just gonna save a whole bunch of time to, you know, actually start playing the game. So yeah, hangar spawning, I think it's great. Then next, so with Pyro we have contested zones, and this is something new that CIG have introduced into the whole 4.0 build. And from what I understand, it is a PvE and PvP kind of dungeon style, area where you keep going further, and you earn rewards. You earn from. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like you do these. You go through the contested zones and you go further in, and then you get meta components, from what I heard, and apparently. In my other video, if you guys have watched, like the F8C skin, I'm hoping whatever my speculation was about the Praetorian stuff, I'm hoping it's wrong, and I'm hoping it is earnable, because I think when you make things earnable in game and not something that you could swipe with your credit card and purchase on the website, I think that is huge. That really makes the game more real, and puts a counter argument to those people that saying, oh, it's just a game that you spend so much money on. No, it is a game. It is a game trying to be a game. You know what I mean? And things like earning components that you can only get through a certain zone, I think that's good. I think this earning skins in the game that you cannot earn on the pledge store is also good. I think it really, it gives the game, I give Star Citizen a lot of merit, so I'm really happy with that. But I know, like, I haven't tried the contested zones, and, like, I know you guys may or may have not tried it, but I don't normally judge new features unless I've tried it thoroughly. So I know there's a lot of mixed, I guess you could say, opinions on the PvP and PvE thing, because they're mixing it up, right? So I just want to say, like, I think I applaud CIG for trying something new. I don't know how it's gonna be with the contested zones, because I haven't tried it myself. I'm curious to try it. I'm probably gonna go on the EPTU soon and try it out. But I think, I think it's something new, and eventually we're gonna see its flaws, and we can give them our feedback, and they can improve on it. Like, just like when they came out with Siege of Orison, which is funny. There was that, if you guys remember, there was that choke point when he took the shuttle, and as soon as you get out of that shuttle, someone could be, over at the platform, like standing at a rooftop and just like shooting, like sniping you, or being nearby and shooting grenade launchers at you. And it was just like such a huge design flaw. Like, so, and I think, like, we really haven't seen Siege of Orison since, and I think, yeah, like, anytime they introduce something new, a new place, a new event, a new type of thing, I think once we give them our feedback, like, CIG does listen, so they're going to iterate on it, as, like, they always do. And, yeah, like, I don't know, the PvP and PvE thing, I know it's a really hot topic and hot debate, but, as far as I know, if it's successful, which they have the data, they'll know. There'll be people complaining, that there's PvP in it and they're not having fun, but they'll have the data. They'll know if it's successful or not. So I'm excited to try the contested zones. I think it's like a high risk, high reward type of thing, right? So you're going in there, you could lose all your stuff, but you can also get rewarded with meta components. You can get rewarded with skins from what I hear. Hopefully the F8 skin, which is awesome. I think, like I said, I want things to be earnable in game. And yeah, guys, that's just my thoughts on the contested zones. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like them trying to come up with Jump Town, another kind of Jump Town emergent gameplay type of thing. So, you know, I'm rooting for CIG. I hope it goes well. I hope they get their feedback, and yeah. And then now, so in economy changes, we know that all the prices of the weapons and, like, you know, the torpedoes and bombs and stuff are going up. So yeah, it's gonna be like a huge high risk kind of gameplay. Like, you're just, everything's gonna, there's gonna be more meaning with UEC and how you spend it. So I think I'm giving thumbs up on prices of everything going up, because I think everything needs to have consequence, and for things to have consequences, I think things need to be expensive. That's my take on it. So then when you're out there, you don't make the wrong move. You can't, you know, you just can't play carelessly. You gotta think 10 steps ahead. What, you know, whether that means, you know, suiting up, gearing up, making sure you have your ammo, making sure you have enough money, you know, just planning out your whole session. I think that was always the plan with Star Citizen. Like, and yeah, and you know, we'll get further Death of a Spaceman, you know, features in the game. So I think it's gonna make things more meaningful. I'm a fan of the hardcore kind of gameplay to a certain extent, like not too hardcore, but it does feel good when things feel meaningful, because then emergent gameplay happens, and I think you get a bigger hit of dopamine, in my opinion, when the stakes are really high. So that's just my take on the economy changes. And you know, with Pyro being an outlaw system, guys, I'm telling you this, when Pyro comes out and when we're playing, I think every encounter with a player, with someone out there, is gonna be high stakes, because you don't know what's going on in their head, what they're gonna do. Are they gonna shoot you? You see them, they see you. You know, it's like, yeah, it's an outlaw system. So I do think that makes the game really interesting. You got to watch your back, and it makes, I guess it could kind of force you to always group up with a friend, because you never know when you're going solo in Pyro. Yeah, I just think the stakes are really high. And then now, lastly, I want to talk about all of the FOIP and immersion aspects of the game, like with the player count going up. From what I hear, they've raised it up to 500. And you know, people might think or say, oh, you know, why are they working on FOIP? Like, who cares about FOIP? Like, let's just talk about gameplay. But I mean, I think that's an important aspect of making the game social, because there's no game that's really have had like this FOIP feature, and I just think it's really cool. Like, I think it builds into having landing zones be a meaningful place. Like, we know they've talked about 1.0, and like they want to add story into the game, and I'm hoping there's reasons to hang out in the landing zones. I'm hoping there's reasons for people to be, you know, like a typical MMO, where when you go into the town and you see hundreds and hundreds of players just hanging out. Like, I love seeing that kind of stuff. That's what makes it an MMO, in my opinion. And I think when you add that FOIP feature and when you add VoIP as well, where you could just, everyone could speak to each other, and you have this kind of immersion happening where like it captures your face, like, and you're speaking to someone else, like another player. I think that really adds, you know, a whole level of immersion to the game. And yeah, like I could see the vision. And I know some people are probably thinking, Xander, like, what the heck are you talking about? Like, that doesn't matter. Like, make the game fun. But hear me out. I think it makes the game fun because, like, it builds a sense of immersion. It builds a sense of community. And hopefully, like, you know, hopefully with my Copium and Hopium, I'm thinking, like, it'll be just really cool hanging around in landing zones, and you know, hopefully they have mission givers because they've taken those out. So I want reasons to being in landing zones, and hopefully mission givers will be part of it. And you know, hopefully they'll introduce player housing, which will be you know, in places like landing zones. And I think having the FOIP feature really helps build the immersion and builds the sense of community. And yeah, guys, that's just, I don't know, I'm just kind of comparing it to other MMOs. Like, I really want Star Citizen to be an MMO. And yeah, I'm just really passionate about that. So as far as how the build's gonna go and how it's gonna run, you know, it is an alpha, so. But anyways, those are just my thoughts, guys. Like, I didn't want to, like, you know, just talk about the news or anything. I thought I'd just give my opinion and what I think. And yeah, I want to hear what you guys think about 4.0. Am I just on Copium? Or like, I tend to have a very how do you say, a better, or I tend to have a positive outlook on Star Citizen rather than a negative one. I respect criticisms of the project, but you know, and I think there's a lot of merit and you know, good feedback to give criticisms. But also, I'm just as a backer, I don't want to drain myself out and be upset about things. I rather just, whenever there's good things that come out, I'll take it and go from there. That's kind of how I see the project. But I want to hear what you guys think, and I appreciate you guys sticking around and hanging out. I know this was kind of a different video, a very long video, but I thought I'd just try something different here and share my opinions and thoughts. But you guys tell me what you think in the comments down below, because I do read all of your comments. And yeah, it's going to be a whole new series of patches with 4.0. So guys, that's our video. Thanks very much for hanging out and listening and checking it out. And let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.